Well, I'm obviously going to have to shout. Okay, so good morning and welcome to the Tower of London. Awesome venue, awesome day. I've got about half an hour. I'm a bit worried that I've planned for 40 minutes, so I might have to speak a bit quicker. You can see a copy of this presentation on the Outstanding Branding website. So, there's loads and loads of ideas here. That's the idea for you, is just to take away little nuggets. I represent the industry body, which is the British Promotional Merchandise Association. So we have nearly 600 member companies, and obviously Outstanding Branding is one of them. Right, so I thought we'd just, not go through all of these, but every one of you sat around your seats here faces daily challenges. Your emails, are they getting through to everybody? We live in a society. What's the first thing you do when you get into your office and your computer? You delete loads of emails, don't you? Unwanted spam. The difficulty is that indirectly, in many of us, we're doing that as well. And I think it's really important. It's often difficult for us to find out where our true potential is within our own markets. Am I getting enough traffic on our website? Do I understand the amount of visitors and where they're going? I don't know how many of you are affected by price and margin erosion, certainly an issue in the promotional merchandise industry, but many, many other industries as well. Are we getting enough repeat business? I think that's a very, very important bit. We take a lot of time to win customers, but they often say it's much easier to farm an existing client than it is to hunt a new one. And it seems more and more expensive to market our business. Do you analyse? They often say about marketing, 50% of marketing works and 50% of it doesn't. The biggest challenge is which, and being able to understand that. So who are we? As I said a second ago, we're the trade association. All of our members are credit checked and referenced to sign up to a code of conduct. So where you see this logo, that means they're part of the BPMA. It means if you've got any issues or challenges with any of our members, you can complain directly to us. Not that you will, I hope. So I thought I'd just share with you some research that we did in 2013 about some of the effectiveness of promotional products. So this advertising medium has the ability to make me feel appreciated. If you watch a television campaign or hear a radio ad or look at a print media, do they make you feel good about yourself? No. And that's one thing that we sometimes forget, that a promotional gift is a very, very powerful medium that says thank you. So 64% of people, particularly in comparison to some of the other mediums. In your perception, which of the following advertising medium has the ability to get people to take action? That's another important thing. Sometimes we used to face this problem with return on investment. When I give out this promotional products, is it making a difference to our bottom line? There's all sorts of things you can do to do that, even with URL codes on products, individual websites and landing pages, all sorts of things. But again here, over 50%. One thing I was going to say, how many of you use mugs in when you're sourcing product? A mug is one of the most popular items. Not the most, a pen is still the most popular item. We drink about 1,500 cups of tea and coffee a year. So if you're actually ordering 1,000 mugs, that's 1.5 million impressions, day in, day out. And I think that's something to really consider. But the most powerful thing is not necessarily just the mug, it's what you put on it. It's the message, not just your logo, but the message. And try and make it relevant specifically to a campaign. This advertising medium is best suited to evoke loyalty. Yeah, because that's what we want. I said right at the beginning, one of the difficulties we all face is returning customers. Well, great promotional items used regularly do actually create very loyal customers. Right, so here's my top 21. My first one is using a hamper. Now, a hamper is the best product to motivate people to take action, and they do. The higher the value, the more likely people are to do something. So you give somebody an inexpensive pen, are they likely to change behaviour? Maybe not. But actually, a hamper, certainly. And the great thing about a hamper, maybe for a new customer, they can share it around the office. So if you're targeting a very specific customer, the great thing about a hamper is, in a way, you're indirectly targeting all their fellow colleagues. So that's something to consider. A lot of lost opportunity with the people outside your target customer. The second one, I love these. You may have seen an explosion in branded cakes. It's great for an anniversary. It's the BPMA's 50th anniversary this year. And we're actually doing a cruise on the River Thames. We're having a huge, great big cake, but we're actually giving every one of our members that are coming on a little cake. Why is that good? Because what's going to happen is they're going to take that home to their families and say, look what I got. So rather than just have a little slice, it's a whole cake in miniature. And in fact, when we ran Promotional Products Week last year, it was actually during the same week as National Cupcake Week. And the reaction we had was tremendous. So we took some little cupcakes into some agencies and some top organisations. Because often when you go and visit people, what do they say? Would you like a cup of coffee? Would you like a tea? Great, I've brought the cupcakes with me. Yeah, so it's a really nice little, it's good for a product launch as well. My third idea is using high value gifts. What you will see here, you'll see a whole range of different promotional items, but using brands like Parker and Cross are already established names. Yeah? We did the show Marketing Week Live just a couple of weeks ago, and we actually had an engraving engraver on the stand, and we said, if we can spare 15 minutes of your time, Mr. Customer, to complete an online a marketing interview, we're going to give you an engraved Cross pen. Well, we got 115 interviews, and I don't mean, this isn't just a survey, 115 interviews. We asked these people 35 questions. That level of data insight for you as an organisation is phenomenal. What happened is, do you know how many people were prepared to wait and stand in line to get a Cross pen? And obviously, because it was engraved with their name on it, we know as well, wherever possible, because of the engraving opportunities and digital marketing, if you've got a list of your clients, very, very easy to just run their individual names off of it. If you've got a name on a product, you will keep it. Do you know how long somebody keeps a promotional item on average? 2.5 years. Now, I used to work at Bournemouth, the Cider People, and that was a very, very long while ago, over 20 years. I've still got the bottle opener key ring with Strongbow on it, all those years ago. And each time, although the print is somewhat worn off, I still remember the brand. So you might know this lady here, Yasmin Le Bon. This was during London Fashion Week, and they actually Schaefer sponsored it. But actually, what you've got here, and all I did is I just gave that pen to Yasmin, and I said, would you mind if I take a picture? And she said, happily. Well, in a way, trying to get a celebrity to endorse what you do is sometimes difficult. How easy was that? The other thing, if you're going to be ordering pens, please think about having a box, a presentation box. Because what we're trying to do here, it's enhance the giving experience. Right, I could not say anything without this little fellow. This has been an absolute phenomenon. The Meerkat dolls, you won't believe it's in excess of 3 million now that have actually gone out to customers. And I use the word customers. These are not free giveaways. This is, you have to buy the insurance to actually get the product. And interestingly enough, the cost that the company is paying for the meerkats is a lot more expensive than you probably think. And the reason for that is because the company wanted a really cool product that people wanted to be talking about. And if you buy cheap, do you know what happens? It's a replication of your brand. So I would argue, don't always go cheap. Even if if you've got a limited amount of budget, have less items but go slightly higher. Because actually, if they keep them and they talk about them, these little fellas here on eBay are going at like 100 quid. Yeah? So 3.2 million of the meerkats have gone out. Amazing. The best form of flattery is somebody copying them. And we've now seen the success with the free Brian toy. And I saw that Churchill Insurance is now doing their nodding dog. But what's really, really important, I want you to remember this, is if you go to this business, it's all about that personality. It's all about, who remembers the Andrex puppy? You know what we're trying to do here is create something. And what about the Eddie Stobart lorry? You know, Eddie Stobart is a massive, massive brand. And what happens is the truck drivers get it, they give it to their kids. So as far as it's all of the kids talking about how cool Eddie Stobart is. And it's a truck. Right, power banks, the number one promotional item of 2014, actually, power banks. And there are loads and loads of different choices. What's really good about this is you can say to your customers, we're always with you, 24/7. We're here to support you. Get a better service or a product than anybody else, then why don't you go and order a latte mug or a jumbo mug? You know, with us, we deliver more. And if you can actually get the individual's name on it as well, I'll tell you what a lot of companies now do is when they join, they get their name put on it, so it becomes, it's sort of welcome to the company, and this is your name on it. Right, lots of other things here. How about a new customer welcome pack? So rather than just send out a catalogue, actually send out a little box of goodies. Yeah? So what you can do is have those ready together and actually just mail them out. Now, when I had my own business many, many years ago, I had something from Yellow Pages when I became an advertiser. And it actually was a simple box in the shape of a welcome mat. Inside, it had a yellow pen, a yellow notepad, and a nice letter. Welcome to Yellow Pages. We really value you as a customer. But it made me feel really good about my recent purchase. Yeah, because when you get that first order or that first relationship, is that a long-standing relationship? Not necessarily. It might be that you're on trial. So you want to wow that customer, and all of these things enable you to do that. The other thing as well, there's a return into direct mail. Yeah, we're starting to see some really clever, smart direct mail. As I said to you right at the beginning, one of the problems are emails are not getting through in the same way. So what you could do, here's an example of a washing machine manufacturer, and they actually sent a mug box, but they actually had the mug box designed in the shape of a washing machine. So what it is it says what it says on the tin. It's disrupting you. It's putting the hand out there and stopping, and you say, that's really cool. And if you like some great marketing, what do? You tell somebody else, don't you? So the other thing is, how else do you tend to promote your business? Is get out and network, meet people. I still believe in the adage of people by people, always, yeah? And if you look in a room, you can often identify people. And even if you're a bit shy, go with a colleague or a friend. My suggestion as well is to keep a few things in your pocket. So I used to go to Install Alive, which was a big exhibition about the plumbing industry. and I got a whole load of personalised radiator keys with my name on it. So rather than give a business card, I gave them a personalised radiator key. So when I followed up afterwards, they said to me, "Oh, you're the guy with the personalised radiator key." What it's doing is it's making you stand out from your competitors. I once got an embroidered business card. So this was at a company that does embroidery, and he did basically a little swatch with their name on it and contact details. But in a way, it was very clever, because it says to me straight away, this is the quality of my embroidery, this is what I can do. So again, I'm talking to you about that. A calendar is still one of the top 5 items that people keep on their desk. May I suggest that you use a digital camera, a calendar rather, like the one that we've got here. So, and the guys at Outstanding Branding can certainly provide you with a solution to this. In fact, they can go one step further, where you can have a URL within the calendar. Sorry, I'm slipping a little bit here. So basically what this calendar is every single page has got the recipient's name on it. So if it's Valentine's Day, if it's for February, there's a big heart in the middle, and you've got that person's name in it. Yeah. And again, when they receive that, they love it. We've had people that receive these calendars say, "Can I get these pictures to put on for pictures and things?" Not very expensive at all, but again, brand awareness 365 days a year. Okay, I love books. I'm actually going to write a book later this year. It's much, much cheaper for you to write a book or actually commission one than you probably think. I actually wanted to show you one from Philadelphia because they actually sold 200,000 of these copies. And the retail value of it was £14.99. What it does do as well, it helps link you as an authority figure. And there's lots of companies that will actually help you do that. Little guides, all sorts of things. It's a really, really cool thing to do. Maybe it's an on-pack or as an incentive. Uniform. Yeah, what I'm basically saying here is whether it's staff, anybody in the business, you are only as good as the impression that you create. So when a delivery guy comes to your offices and you see some of them looking like UPS, all smart, logoed, it looks good, it looks professional, isn't it? But you see somebody else that comes, open neck shirt, sweaty brow, bit of a red light, bit of a red warning. Yeah? Really think about that. And you don't have to be super big with the logo. And that was an Aston Martin item there. The other thing as well is when we're talking about promoting your business, you can also earn money by selling stuff. I once bidded for the Aston Martin collection of merchandise, and the biggest buyers of Aston Martin merchandise are not the drivers, but what they call aspirants. And they spent £110 for you to buy an Aston Martin umbrella. How cool is that? Right, I've got to speak quicker. Jelly beans, popcorn, chocolate, these are great exhibition giveaways. And what they are is very, very tactical, because everyone wants a sweetie. The two most effective things at an exhibition stand are the people on it and the method used to engage. So these are very, very inexpensive ways to do that. Top trumps, or using cards. There's all sorts of different ways and different brands that you can link into. I wanted to show you something that I did with the same company using cards. Yeah, so I'm all about educating people. So I actually had a little while ago, I had a pack of playing cards done. You can see straight away my picture on the front of it. Now, would I have 52 packs of cards with my picture on it? The only person that would like to see that, trust me, is my mother. Nobody else would want to see that. What I decided to do was to turn this in to 52 ways to find and generate more business. So what that is little nuggets of information, and you've all got knowledge within your own business. So, and I can tell you, I've given out hundreds of these things, and they do not be thrown away because it's adding value. And the point is, it's also connecting my name with that knowledge. So it's another good idea. If you want to know more about where to get those, I'm happy to tell you. Link in with a charity or sponsorship. So local football club, particularly if you're you've got that local connection. At the moment, it's all about CSR. It's all about linking with charities. You know, the amount of people that got exposure to the London Marathon, you know, it was phenomenal. Really is. Enter awards is another way of promoting your business. Do you know, sometimes you think, oh, I won't bother entering that award. Do you know, some awards ceremonies, there's only 3 or 4 people sometimes enter awards. You know, and the great thing is, when you can say that your local business of the year or your best charity of the year or whatever, it gives total reassurance to others that want to work with you. You might be surprised, particularly with the guys in the audience, you can actually have your own. Yep, you can have your own picture on a beer bottle. You can have your own company. Again, this is a great thing to have at a drinks reception. Again, bring people together. Typically, we all know it's difficult to get customers out. So what you might like to do is to do something small, gathering, either in your offices or at a local event, and actually give some personalised beer. And if they don't drink it there, it's a really nice takeaway. Okay, I love umbrellas. There's all sorts of umbrellas that are really, really cool. These were a hoot at Festival of Marketing, completely encased. And when I was tweeting these at the event, the amount of people that said, "Are these not the coolest item ever?" The one on the left is actually got a light bar. Yeah? But again, don't go cheap on umbrellas. If you're going to have something, go with maybe a double vent or windproof. Yeah, because you want your customers to feel good about your brand, and there are some, you know, cheaper options out there that aren't as good. Got some great umbrellas over here. Oh, by the way, I was going to say to you before I say that, how many days a year does it rain? Do you think? How many days? It's 147 days a year it rains. So the other thing is, really get out there and put your name out there. Always ask for columns in magazines. Always do it. It's a very, very effective way. You know, all the editor can do is say no. But if you've got something really topical or a bit contentious, editors love contentious. Blogs and social media. I mean, that's something that we all got to get better at. Lots of opportunities to there. You know, the revolution for 2015 is content, but relevant. And my last one is turbo Bluetooth speakers. Really, really popular items. You know, I've actually sadly run out of time here, but I want to just leave you with another 10 ideas for you to promote your business, and you can read those as quickly as I can say, but I think really what it's about doing is be different, be creative, break the mold, and your business will shine. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed the rest of the day.